Commander Vextel stood on the bridge of his massive warship. His forearms crossed over his chest as he looked at the small blue planet ahead. Earth, the home of the creatures called humans. His red eyes glowed with anger as he thought about what his people had told him. Humans were Deathworlders. They came from a planet that tried to kill them every day. The weather was crazy, the animals were dangerous, even the plants could hurt you. This made humans into monsters. They were violent and mean. They fought everything and everyone, Commander, said his second officer, Zefkor. We are ready to attack. Vextal nodded. His people, the Korthani, were the best fighters in the galaxy. They had won every war. They had taken over hundreds of planets. Today they would take Earth too. The Korthani ships were huge and black. They had powerful weapons. Each ship could destroy a city in one shot. Vextal had 20 of these ships with him. The humans had no chance. Far away on the human space station called New Horizon, Captain Daeho Kim sat in his chair. He was not very tall, but his eyes were sharp. He had fought in many battles. Now he was old, but he was still strong. Sir, said Communications Officer Nari Park, the alien ships are sending us a message. Put it on the main screen, Daeho said. The screen showed Commander Vextal. He was tall and covered in dark scales. His forearms made him look very scary. When he spoke, his voice was deep and frightening. Humans of Earth, Vextal said. I am Commander Vextal of the Korthani Empire. We have come to take your planet. You have two choices. Give up now, or we will destroy you all. The other officers on the bridge looked scared. They had heard stories about the Korthani. These aliens never lost a fight. They were cruel and showed no mercy. But Captain Daeho did not look afraid. He stood up slowly and smiled. Commander Vextal, he said, welcome to our space. I am Captain Daeho Kim. Thank you for your message. Vextal was confused. This human was not scared. He was not angry either. This was very strange. Human, Vextal said. Did you hear what I said? We will destroy you if you do not give up. I heard you, Daeho said. But before you do anything, would you like to visit one of our sanctuaries? I think you might find it interesting. Vextal turned to Zefkor. What is a sanctuary? He asked. Zefkor checked his computer. It means a safe place. A place where warriors keep their weapons and plan attacks. Vextal smiled. His sharp teeth showed. So the human wants to show us their weapons. Good. We will see how weak they are. He turned back to the screen. Very well, human. We will visit your sanctuary, but this will not save you. Thank you, Daeho said. Please bring a small group to Docking Bay 7. We will be waiting for you. After the screen went dark, Nari Park looked worried. Captain, why did you invite them here? They could kill us all. Daeho sat down again. Nari, sometimes the best way to win a fight is to show your enemy that you are not who they think you are. But sir, said another officer, they think we are monsters. They think we only know how to fight and kill. Yes, Daeho said, and that is exactly why we need to show them the truth. Meanwhile, Chief Medical Officer Tae-Min Lee was getting ready in the medical bay. He was a kind man who had spent his whole life helping sick people. He did not look like a warrior at all. Doctor, said a nurse, are you sure about this? These aliens are very dangerous. Tae-Min smiled. Every person who comes to us is dangerous in some way. But that does not mean we cannot help them. Back, on the Korthani ship, Vextal was getting ready to visit the human station. He put on his best armor. His weapons were sharp and ready. He chose 10 of his best warriors to come with him. Remember, he told them, these humans are tricky. They will try to fool us. But we are smarter. We will see their weapons and learn their secrets. Then we will destroy them all. The Korthani warriors got into their small ship. It was black and scary, just like their big ships. As they flew toward the human station, they talked about the fight that would come. I heard humans can rip apart metal with their bare hands, said one warrior. I heard they eat their enemies, said another. They live on a world of death, said a third. Nothing good can come from such a place. Vextal listened to his warriors talk. He had heard these stories too. Humans were the most dangerous creatures in the galaxy. Their planet was so terrible that it turned them into killing machines. They knew nothing but war and pain. Soon, they would see just how dangerous these Deathworlders really were. The small, Korthani ship docked with the human station. The airlock opened with a soft sound. Vextal stepped through first, his hand on his weapon. His warriors followed close behind. They were ready for anything. Ready for traps. Ready for weapons. Ready for the savage Deathworlders they had heard so much about. But they were not ready for what they were about to see. Captain Dae-ho Kim was waiting for them. He was not wearing armor. He had no weapons. Behind him stood Communications Officer Nari Park and Chief Medical Officer Tae-min Lee. They looked calm and peaceful. "Welcome to New Horizon," Dae-ho said with a smile. "We are happy to have you here." Vextal looked around. The walls were white and clean. Soft music was playing. There were pictures of flowers and trees on the walls. This did not look like a place where warriors lived. "Where are your weapons?" Vextal asked. "We have some," Dae-ho said. "But that is not what we want to show you. Come, let us go to our sanctuary." As they walked through the station, the Korthani warriors saw more strange things. Human children were playing in a park area. Old humans were sitting and talking. Everyone looked happy and safe. This was not what they expected from Deathworlders at all. The doors to the sanctuary opened with a soft whoosh. Commander Vextal and his warriors stepped inside, ready for anything. They expected to see weapons. They expected to see soldiers training for war. They expected to see the tools that Deathworlders used to survive. Instead, they saw something that made them freeze in place. The room was huge, bigger than anything they had ever seen on a space station. The ceiling was high and painted to look like a sky with clouds. Soft light came from everywhere, making the whole place feel warm and safe. But it was not the room that shocked them. It was what filled it. Thousands of beings from all over the galaxy were there. Vextal saw creatures he recognized from dozens of different worlds. Some were his own people, the Korthani. Others were from planets his empire had conquered. All of them were living together in peace. "What is this place?" Zefkor whispered. Before Vextal could answer, a human woman walked up to them. She was small and had kind eyes. Her hair was black and tied back. She wore simple white clothes that looked clean and soft. "Hello," she said with a warm smile. "I am Dr. So-Young Choi. Welcome to our medical facility and refugee center. We are so happy you could visit us today." Vextal stared at her. "Medical facility?" "Yes," Dr. So-Young said. "This is where we take care of people who are hurt or sick. It is also where people can live when they have nowhere else to go." She began to walk, and the aliens followed her. As they moved through the huge space, Vextal saw things that confused him more and more. Human doctors were treating sick aliens. The aliens came from many different worlds. Some had been enemies of Earth, but the humans helped them all the same. They passed an area where Korthani children were playing with human children. The young ones were laughing and having fun together. Vextal had never seen Korthani children play with aliens before. "Those are my people," Zefkor said quietly. "Those are Korthani young ones." Dr. So-Young heard him. "Yes, they came to us 3 months ago. Their parents died in a space storm. We found them floating in a broken ship. They were very scared and hungry. And you saved them?" Vextal asked. "Of course," Dr. So-Young said. "They were children who needed help." They walked past a food area. Hundreds of different beings were eating together. The food was free. No one had to pay for it. No one had to work for it. It was just given to anyone who was hungry. A human man walked up to them. He was young and strong. His name was Hyunwoo Nam, and he was an engineer. "Dr. So-Young," he said, "the new air filters are working perfectly. The Zarak refugees can breathe much better now." "Thank you, Hyunwoo," Dr. So-Young said. Then she turned to the Korthani. "Hyunwoo helps make sure everyone here can live safely. The air, the water, the temperature, everything needs to be just right for so many different species. Hyunwoo smiled at the aliens. Would you like to see our life support systems? They're pretty amazing. Vextal nodded. He still could not speak properly. Everything he was seeing was impossible. Hyunwoo led them to a control room. The walls were covered with screens and buttons. Humans were working at computers, watching numbers and graphs. This is where we make sure everyone stays alive, Hyunwoo said. Some aliens need hot air, some need cold air, some need different kinds of gas to breathe, some need special water. We make sure everyone gets what they need. One of the Korthani warriors pointed at a big red button. What does that do? That starts the emergency evacuation system, Hyunwoo said. If something bad happens, like an attack or a space storm, we can get everyone to safety in less than 10 minutes. You have evacuation systems? Zefkor asked. Not weapons? Hyunwoo looked confused. Why would we need weapons here? This is a hospital and a home. People come here to be safe, not to fight. The aliens looked at each other. This made no sense. How could these humans protect so many people without weapons? Dr. So Young led them to another area. This one was full of beds where sick aliens were resting. Human doctors and nurses were taking care of them. The humans were gentle and kind. They gave medicine and food. They talked softly and smiled. Many of these patients came from war zones, Dr. So Young said. Some were hurt in battles. Some are sick from diseases on their homeworlds. We helped them all get better. Vextal saw a human doctor helping a Korthani soldier. The soldier had lost an arm in battle. The human doctor was fitting him with a new robotic arm. That soldier, Vextal said. He is one of my people. Yes, Dr. So Young said. He came to us last year. He was badly hurt and very sad. Now he helps. Other injured people learned to use their new robotic parts. The Korthani soldier saw Vextal and walked over. He looked healthy and happy. Commander, the soldier said, I am Korval. I served in the 3rd Fleet. I remember you, Vextal said. You were reported dead. I almost was, Korval said. But these humans found me. They saved my life. They gave me a new arm. They gave me a new purpose. What do you mean? Vextal asked. Korval smiled. I help other soldiers who have been hurt in wars. I show them that losing a part of your body does not mean your life is over. The humans taught me this. Vextal felt something strange in his chest. It was a feeling he had never had before. He did not know what to call it. They continued walking through the sanctuary. They saw more impossible things. Humans were teaching alien children how to read and write. Humans were growing food that could feed dozens of different species. Humans were building homes for families who had lost everything, and everywhere they looked, former enemies were working together. Species that had fought wars were now living side by side. Adults who had lost families to other aliens were taking care of orphans from those same species. I do not understand, Vextal said finally. You are Deathworlders. You are supposed to be violent and cruel. You are supposed to be monsters. Dr. So Young stopped walking and looked at him. Her eyes were sad but kind. Who told you that? She asked. Everyone knows, Zefkor said. Your world tried to kill you every day. This made you into killers. Dr. So Young nodded slowly. Our world was very dangerous. Many humans died from storms, earthquakes, wild animals, and diseases. But this did not make us into killers. Then what did it make you into? Vextal asked. Dr. So Young smiled. It made us into protectors. When you grow up in danger, you learn 2 things. You learn how to survive, and you learn how precious life is. We decided long ago that if we could survive on Earth, we could help others survive anywhere. She pointed around the huge sanctuary. This is what humans do. We protect those who cannot protect themselves. We help those who need help. We give shelter to those who have no home. But why? One of the Korthani warriors asked. What do you get from this? We get the most important thing of all, Dr. So Young said. We get to know that when we go to sleep at night, thousands of people are alive and safe because we helped them. Vextal felt that strange feeling in his chest again. It was getting stronger. For the first time in his life, he did not know what to say. Dr. So Young led the Korthani warriors deeper into the sanctuary. They passed through a garden where aliens and humans worked together, growing plants from dozens of different worlds. The air smelled like flowers and fresh earth. "This is impossible," Zefkor whispered to Vextal. "These people should be our enemies." A human man approached them. He was middle-aged with gentle eyes and calloused hands. His name was Minho Yoon, and he coordinated social programs for the refugees. "Dr. So Young," Minho said. "The new Zarak families have settled in well. The children are already making friends with the other kids." "Zarak?" Vextal interrupted. His voice was sharp with surprise. "You have Zarak refugees here?" Minho nodded. "Yes, about 50 families. They arrived 2 weeks ago." Vextal turned to his warriors. Their faces showed the same shock he felt. The Zarak homeworld had been destroyed just 1 month ago. The Korthani Empire had bombed it from space until nothing lived there. "How did they escape?" Zefkor asked quietly. "Human rescue ships," Minho said simply. "We always send ships to help civilians when there are wars or disasters. Our teams got there just as the attack was ending. They saved everyone they could find." One of the Korthani warriors stepped forward. His name was Ventar, and he had been on that mission. He had helped destroy the Zarak world. "I was there," Ventar said, his voice shaking. "I helped kill their planet. These people should hate me." Minho looked at him with sad but understanding eyes. "The Zarak people here do not hate you. They are sad about their world, yes, but they do not blame individual soldiers. They know that soldiers follow orders." But I killed their families," Ventar said. "Then help their children now," Minho said. "That is what healing looks like." Dr. So Young led them to a playground area. It was full of children from many different species. Human children played with Korthani children. Zarak children played with Zephyrian children. Everyone was laughing and having fun. A young human woman was watching over them. She wore a blue uniform and had captain's bars on her shoulders. This was Lieutenant Yoon-ji Kim, Captain Dae-ho's daughter. "Lieutenant Kim," Dr. So Young said, "these are our visitors from the Korthani fleet." Yoon-ji smiled and walked over. "Welcome to our children's area. We have about 300 young ones here right now." Vextal looked around. Many of the children were Korthani. They were playing games and learning from human teachers. They looked happy and healthy. "How many of these children have no parents?" he asked. "About half," Yoon-ji said sadly. "Wars and disasters create many orphans, but here they have new families. Many of our human families adopt alien children, and many alien families adopt human children." She pointed to a group where a human woman was reading a story to a mixed group of children. The kids were sitting close to her, listening carefully. "That is Mrs. Park," Yoon-ji said. "She lost her own son in a mining accident. Now she takes care of 12 alien children. She says they helped heal her broken heart." Zefkor saw a young Korthani boy playing with building blocks. The boy looked exactly like Zefkor's nephew, who had died in a space battle last year. "That child," Zefkor said, pointing. "What happened to his family?" Yoon-ji checked a tablet. "His name is Kexlor. His parents were killed when their transport ship was attacked by pirates. A human patrol found him hiding in a storage closet. He was very scared and would not talk for weeks. And now? Now he wants to be a doctor when he grows up. He says he wants to help hurt people feel better." Vextal felt his chest tighten. That strange feeling was getting stronger. He had never felt anything like it before. They moved to another section. Here, older aliens were learning new skills. Humans were teaching them how to use computers, how to cook food from different worlds, and how to speak different languages. "This is our education center," Dr. So Young explained. "Many refugees come here with no skills for modern life. We teach them everything they need to start over." A Korthani woman was learning how to be a nurse from a human teacher. She was gentle with the practice equipment, very different from the aggressive way Korthani usually acted. "That woman," Vextal said. She is learning medicine? Yes, Dr. So Young said. Her name is Zixara. She came here 6 months ago. Her whole family died in a plague. She was so sad she wanted to die too, but then she decided she wanted to help other people avoid the same pain. They watched Zixara carefully clean a medical instrument. Her teacher, a human doctor, smiled and nodded with approval. She is one of our best students, the human doctor said. She will make an excellent nurse. But she is Korthani, one of the warriors said. We are not healers, we are fighters. Anyone can be a healer, Dr. So-Young said. It just takes a caring heart and willing hands. They visited the research laboratories next. Here, human scientists worked day and night to solve medical problems that affected different alien species. The work was slow and difficult, but they never gave up. Dr. Taemin Lee met them in the main research lab. He looked tired but happy. His white coat was stained with chemicals from his experiments. Dr. Choi, he said to So-Young, we had a breakthrough with the Korthani plague vaccine. We think we can prevent the disease completely now. Vextal's eyes went wide. The red fever? Yes, Dr. Taemin said. It has been killing your people for 50 years. We have been working on a cure for 2 years now. We should have it ready for testing next month. But why? Vextal asked. We are your enemies. Why would you cure our diseases? Dr. Taemin looked confused by the question. Because it is a terrible disease that kills innocent people. Children die from red fever. Why would we not try to cure it? You could use it as a weapon against us, Zefkor said. We could, Dr. Taemin agreed. But then we would not be healers anymore. We would just be another group of killers. The galaxy has enough of those already. They walked through a memorial garden where the names of dead refugees were carved into stone walls. Humans came here to remember aliens they had tried to save, but could not. The humans cried for people who were not even their own species. This is where we remember those we lost, Dr. So-Young said softly. Every person who dies under our care is important to us. We carry their memory so they are never truly gone. Vextal read some of the names. Many were Korthani. These humans had cried for his people. They had mourned for aliens they barely knew. I do not understand you, he said finally. Your world made you strong enough to survive anything. You could conquer the galaxy if you wanted to. Instead, you save the weak and heal the sick. Why? Dr. So-Young was quiet for a long moment, then she said, Commander, what do you think makes someone truly strong? The power to destroy your enemies. Vextal said automatically. No, Dr. So-Young said. True strength is the power to save your enemies. Any fool can destroy. Only the truly strong can create and protect. She looked around the sanctuary at all the different species living together in peace. Earth tried to kill us every day, she said. But we learned that survival is not about being the strongest. It is about helping each other. The human who shares food with a stranger will have friends when times get hard. The human who helps a hurt enemy will have allies instead of revenge. Vextal felt something crack inside his chest. The strange feeling was overwhelming now. For the first time in his life, he understood what it meant to feel shame. Commander Vextal stood in the memorial garden, reading the names of dead Korthani on the stone walls. His hands were shaking. The strange feeling in his chest had a name now. It was shame, and it hurt worse than any weapon wound. Commander, Zefkor said quietly, we need to leave. This place, it is changing how we think. But Vextal could not move. He kept staring at the names. These humans had cried for his people. They had mourned for aliens they did not even know. A human man approached them. He was tall and had scars on his face and arms. His hair was gray and his eyes looked sad but peaceful. This was Ji-Hoon Park, a former human soldier who now worked as a teacher. Commander Vextal, Ji-Hoon said, Dr. Choi asked me to speak with you. She thought you might have questions about why we do this. You were a soldier, Vextal said. It was not a question. He could see it in the way Ji-Hoon moved and stood. Yes, Ji-Hoon said. I fought in the border wars for 15 years. I killed many aliens. I lost many friends. Then why are you here? Zefkor asked. Why do you help the children of your enemies? Ji-hoon was quiet for a moment. Then he pointed to a section of the memorial wall where human names were carved. My son's name is there, he said. Lieutenant Minseo Park. He died trying to rescue civilians from a burning ship during the Alterian conflict. Vextal looked at the name on the wall. How did he die? Alterian pirates attacked a refugee ship, Ji-hoon said. My son was part of the rescue team. He saved 43 people before the ship exploded. He was 22 years old. And the people he saved? Most were Alterian, the same species as the pirates who killed him. The Korthani warriors looked at each other. This made no sense to them. I do not understand, Vextal said. Your son died saving people whose species had killed him. How do you feel about this? I am proud of him, Ji-hoon said simply. He died doing what humans do best. He protected innocent people. But they were aliens, one of the Korthani warriors said. They were not your people. Ji-hoon smiled sadly. When my son pulled those children from the burning ship, do you think he asked what planet they came from? Do you think he checked their species before he saved them? No, Vextal said quietly. That is right. He saw scared children who needed help. Nothing else mattered. Ji-hoon led them to another area of the sanctuary. Here, humans and aliens worked together in therapy groups. They talked about their pain and helped each other heal from terrible experiences. This is where people learn to live with their grief, Ji-hoon explained. War and disaster hurt everyone, but healing is possible if you have help. They stopped, outside a room where a therapy session was happening. Through the clear wall, they could see humans and aliens sitting in a circle talking. That woman there, Ji-hoon pointed to a human woman in the group. Her name is Soo-jin Lee. She is a therapist, but she is also a patient. What happened to her? Vextal asked. Korthani raiders killed her husband and daughter 3 years ago, Ji-hoon said quietly. The warriors froze. They all knew about the raids on the outer colonies. They had participated in some of them. And she works here? Zefkor asked. Helping Korthani refugees? Every day, Ji-hoon said. She says that helping Korthani children heal helps her heal too. Through the wall, they could see Soo-jin talking to a young Korthani woman who was crying. Soo-jin held the alien's hand and spoke gently to her. I cannot watch this, one of the Korthani warriors said. He turned away from the window. Why not? Ji-hoon asked. Because we killed her family, the warrior shouted. How can she touch us? How can she help us? We are monsters. The warrior's name was Kexthar. He was young and had been proud of his raiding missions. Now he looked sick. She does not see you as monsters, Ji-hoon said calmly. She sees you as people who need help. But we are killers. So was I, Ji-hoon said. So were many humans here. But killing does not make you a monster forever. What makes you a monster is choosing to keep killing when you could choose to help. Instead, Dr. So-young joined them. She had been listening to the conversation. Commander Vextal, she said, there is something else I want to show you. Something that might be hard for you to see. She led them to a medical training facility. Here, advanced students practiced surgery and emergency medicine. Most of the students were human, but some were aliens. 3 of the alien students were. Korthani Vextal's breath caught in his throat. My people. Learning to be doctors. Yes, Dr. So-young said. They came here as refugees. Now they are training to save lives. One of the Korthani students noticed them watching. She finished her practice surgery and came over. Her name was Zaylara. Commander, she said, bowing in the traditional Korthani way. I am honored to see you. Student Zaylara, Vextal said formally. How did you come to be here? My family was killed in a space storm 2 years ago, she said. A human rescue ship found me floating in the debris. I was dying. They saved my life. And now you learn human medicine? I learned to save lives, Commander. Human medicine, Korthani medicine, Zerak medicine, it does not matter. Life is life, she held up her hands. They were steady and gentle, very different from the aggressive hands of Korthani warriors. These hands used to hold weapons, she said. Now they hold healing tools. I think this is better. Vextal stared at her. You were a warrior? Yes. I served in the 7th Attack Wing. I destroyed many enemy ships. And you feel no shame about leaving the warrior path? Zalara thought about this carefully. Commander, when I was floating in space dying, I had time to think. I thought about all the ships I had destroyed. I wondered if there were people like me inside those ships. People who just wanted to live. She paused. The humans could have left me to die. I was their enemy. I had killed their people. But they saved me anyway. They showed me that there is a different way to be strong. Another Korthani student joined them. His name was Rexvon. Commander, Rexvon said, with respect, we are still warriors. But now we fight disease and injury instead of people. We battle death itself. Is this not a more worthy enemy? Vextal felt the cracking sensation in his chest grow stronger. Everything he had believed about strength and honor was breaking apart. I do not know what to think anymore, he said quietly. Dr. So Young put her hand on his arm. It was a gentle touch, not threatening at all. Commander, she said, you do not have to think anything right now. You just have to see. See what is possible when people choose to help instead of hurt. They walked to the main viewing area of the sanctuary. From here they could see the whole facility. Thousands of beings from dozens of species lived and worked together. There was no fighting, no fear, no hatred. Just life. Just hope. This is impossible, Zefkor whispered. So many different species cannot live in peace. And yet they do, Jihoon said. Every day they prove it is possible. Vextal watched a human child playing with a Korthani child and a Zerak child. They were building something together with colorful blocks. When the structure fell down, they all laughed and started building again. What are they building? He asked. A house, Dr. So Young said. They are building a house big enough for all of them to live in together. The strange feeling in Vextal's chest was not strange anymore. He knew what it was now. It was his heart breaking open, letting in feelings he had never allowed himself to have before. The tour was ending. Commander Vextal and his warriors stood in the main docking bay of the sanctuary, preparing to return to their ship. But none of them moved. They just stood there, looking back at the place that had changed everything they thought they knew about the universe. Captain Daeho Kim walked up to them. In his hands he carried several large containers. Commander Vextal, Daeho said, before you leave, we would like to give you some gifts. Gifts? Vextal asked. His voice sounded strange, even to himself. Medical supplies, Daeho explained. Dr. Lee finished a batch of medicine that can help with the red fever plague. We also have food that will keep fresh for months in space, and water purifiers for your ships. Zefkor stepped forward. Why are you giving us these things? Because you need them, Daeho said simply. But we came here to conquer you, one of the Korthani warriors said. We came here to destroy your people. I know, Daeho said. But you are here now. You are real people with real needs. That is what matters to us. Commander Wu Jin Kang, the station commander, joined them. He was an older human with kind eyes and gray hair. Commander Vextal, Wu Jin said, your ships have been traveling for many weeks. Your crews must be tired and hungry. We have prepared food packages for all of them. Vextal stared at the containers of supplies. You are giving food to an invasion fleet. We are giving food to hungry people, Wu Jin corrected gently. Doctor, So Young came to say goodbye. She handed Vextal a small device. This is a communication beacon, she said. If your people ever need medical help, or if you find refugees who need shelter, you can use this to contact us. We will come, no matter where you are. Even if we are still your enemies? Zefkor asked. You were never our enemies, Dr. So Young said. You were just people who did not know us yet. The Korthani warriors looked at each other. Everything they had believed about humans was wrong. Everything they had been taught about strength and power was backward. Captain Deho stepped closer to Commander Vextal. His voice was quiet but firm. "Commander," he said, "you call us Deathworlders because our planet tried to kill us every day. You think this made us into monsters, but you are wrong." "Then what did it make you into?" Vextal asked. "It made us understand something very important," Deho said. "The universe is full of danger. Space storms, diseases, accidents, wars. There are 1,000 ways to die out here. Life is precious because it is so fragile." He looked around the sanctuary where thousands of beings lived together in safety. Our world taught us that the strong protect the weak, the healthy care for the sick. Those who have food share with those who are hungry. This is not weakness, Commander. This is the strongest thing of all. "I do not understand," Vextal said. "You could conquer the galaxy. Your technology is advanced. Your people are brave. You could rule over everyone." Deho smiled sadly. "Commander, ruling over people is easy. Any fool with weapons can do that. But inspiring people to be their best selves, helping them heal from their wounds, building something beautiful together, that takes real strength. But you gain nothing from this," Zefkor said. "These refugees cannot pay you, they cannot fight for you. What do you get from helping them?" "We get the most important thing in the universe," Deho said. "We get to sleep at night knowing that we made life a little bit better for someone else. We get to wake up knowing that our actions made the galaxy a little bit brighter." Young Subo, Kim, a maintenance worker, walked by carrying tools. He was humming a happy song. Through the clear walls, they could see him working outside the station in the vacuum of space. He was fixing damage from a small meteor strike. He worked calmly and efficiently, like it was the most normal thing in the world. "That man," Vextal said, pointing, "he is working in space with no protection suit. Young Su is from Earth's polar regions," Deho explained. "The cold and thin air there prepared him for space work. Many humans can work in environments that would kill most other species." "So you are as dangerous as we thought," one of the Korthani warriors said. "No," Deho said. "We are as resilient as you feared. But we use our resilience to build and protect, not to destroy." Young Su finished his work and came back inside. He saw the aliens watching him and waved cheerfully. "Hello," he called out. "Welcome to our station. I hope you enjoyed your visit." The simple, honest friendliness in his voice made several of the Korthani warriors look away. They were not used to such kindness from strangers. "Commander Vextal," Deho said, "I want you to understand something. Your people are not our enemies. The galaxy has room for everyone. There is enough space, enough resources, enough opportunity for all species to live well." "Then why do we fight?" Vextal asked. "Because someone convinced you that you had to," Deho said. "Someone told you that the only way to be safe was to make others afraid. Someone told you that the only way to be strong was to make others weak." He gestured around the sanctuary. "But look around you. Here, everyone is safe because everyone helps everyone else be safe. Here, everyone is strong because everyone helps everyone else be strong. This is what real civilization looks like." The time had come to leave. The Korthani warriors walked slowly to their small ship. Each step felt heavy. They were carrying the weight of new understanding, and it was not easy to bear. At the airlock, Commander Vextal turned back one last time. "Captain Deho," he said, "what should I tell my people about what I have seen here?" Deho thought about this carefully. "Tell them the truth, Commander. Tell them that humans are dangerous. Dangerous to hatred, dangerous to cruelty, dangerous to the idea that the strong must prey on the weak. And tell them," Dr. So-Young added, "that they are welcome here anytime. Not as conquerors, not as enemies, but as people who might need help someday." The Korthani warriors boarded their ship and returned to their fleet. The journey back felt different. The cold metal walls of their warship seemed harsh after the warm living spaces of the human sanctuary. Commander Vexital sat in his command chair, staring at the containers of medical supplies and food the humans had given them. His warriors were quiet. Everyone was thinking about what they had seen. "Commander," Zefkor said finally, "what are your orders?" Vextal was quiet for a long time. Then he activated the fleet communication system. "All ships," he said. "This is Commander Vextal. We are withdrawing from Earth space immediately. There will be no attack." "Sir?" came confused voices from the other ships. "What are your orders regarding the Deathworlders?" Vextal looked at the medical supplies again. Medicine that could save thousands of his people. Food that could feed his hungry crews. Gifts from people he had come to destroy. "The Deathworlders," he said slowly, "are not what we expected. They are dangerous, yes. But they are not dangerous to us. They are dangerous to everything that makes the galaxy a dark and cruel place." He paused, thinking about children playing together, about former enemies working side by side, about humans who cried for alien strangers. "They are dangerous," he continued, "because they prove that another way is possible. They prove that the strong can protect instead of dominate. They prove that former enemies can become family." "Sir?" Zefkor asked quietly. "What do we tell the Empire?" Commander Vextal thought about the report he would have to write. How could he explain what they had seen? How could he make his people understand? "We tell them the truth," he said. Finally, "We tell them that the humans are the most dangerous species in the galaxy, not because they are savage, but because they are compassionate, not because they destroy, but because they create, not because they take, but because they give." He looked out at the stars, thinking about all the species in the galaxy who were fighting and dying because they thought strength meant violence. "And we tell them," he continued, "that their compassion makes them impossibly strong, strong enough to change the hearts of their enemies, strong enough to heal wounds that have lasted for generations, strong enough to build a future where war is just a bad memory." The Korthani fleet turned away from Earth and began the long journey home. Behind them, the human sanctuary continued its work. Doctors healed the sick. Teachers educated the young. Engineers built better systems to keep everyone safe. And in the memorial garden, new names would soon be added to the walls. But these would not be names of the dead. These would be names of the reborn, former enemies who had learned to heal instead of hurt, former warriors who had found a better battle to fight. The galaxy was vast and full of darkness. But somewhere in that darkness, a small blue world continued to shine, not with the harsh light of weapons, but with the warm glow of hope, and that light was spreading